Hello, and welcome back to twitch.tv/EpitaphFox, and today we are playing In Stars and Time. A very lovely indie RPG game that I found through the prologue, actually, Start Again. I got the prologue through, I think it was the 2023, or yeah, definitely the 2023 Yogscast Jingle Jam bundle. It looked cute, it looked interesting, and I streamed the prologue called Start Again in June of 2024, so almost a full year ago. I wanted to play this game ever since, and I was going to get it because, you know, it's available on Steam, it was available on the Nintendo eShop, but I forget when exactly it was, but it was announced that Limited Run would be doing a physical version of In Stars and Time for Nintendo Switch and PS5. And I have a Switch, I do not have a PS5. Here we are. It arrived a little over a month ago, and it's been sitting right here next to me ever since. And I've just been waiting for the next opportunity to play it, and our annual Switch Spring event was the perfect time to do it. We completed Ooblets last week, and so In Stars and Time is here. Once we finish Echoes of Wisdom, In Stars and Time will just take over all of our streaming slots until it is finished, and once In Stars and Time is finished, so too shall Switch Spring finish. I've rambled on long enough. Let's go ahead and get into this lovely game, but we will start with Water Time. That's the good stuff. Alright. I'm so excited. New game. Also, I hope the audio is okay. Of course I have a low battery warning. I'll take care of that. It's fine. Siffrin. Siffrin. Siffrin? Good morning. Now, from what I recall, the prologue Start Again is not required to play through and understand this game. But it gives you a lot of what I think is needed context. And so I'm just going to say what I recall about the prologue in terms of its story before we move into it, so that you as a viewer and me as the player have the same understanding going through if this is your first time experiencing anything like this. Also, as a quick note, my playthrough of Start Again, the prologue, is on YouTube as well. There's a separate playlist for it on my channel if you want to watch that. It goes by pretty quick. Just a quick plug in there, and also like and subscribe and all that BS. I should probably also switch out my controllers now while I'm taking the moment here to just kind of talk about the prologue. So, Siffrin is our main character here. He is a rogue, and he is a member of a adventuring party, more or less. Sorry, my Switch is over here, which is why I'm off camera doing this. Ugh. Okay. He has been stuck in a time loop for way too long. And the time loop that he was stuck in was when they entered this evil king's castle, who is responsible for having frozen time. Or at least, like, freezing part of time. And with that, there we go. He had kind of, like, just accepted his fate. That there was nothing he could do. There was nothing he could change. And he never wanted to upset his friends by telling them that they were stuck in a time loop. He was the only one who was able to retain knowledge of previous time loops. Everyone else couldn't retain that information. And once he came to the realization that he should talk to them about how he's feeling and let them know what's happening, they worked with him, and something changed, and he was able to be brought back to this moment in time right here. Well, we're waking up. Mirabelle waking up Siffrin here. Theoretically, everything should explain itself through the story, but that is the understanding that we're going into right now. He has been aware of being stuck in a time loop for who knows how long, and he finally managed to go back further in time than what he previously was able to do. And maybe now that he is able to do more with more time, maybe he'll be able to figure out how to stop the time loop altogether. Alright, here we go. Oh, and I also need to turn these controllers on. That'll help too. Well, more like good afternoon, I guess. Were you taking a nap? That's just like you. Only you could sleep peacefully at a time like this. I guess that's smart. We better get some rest while we can. We have to be ready for tomorrow. Oh, so it looks like we went back in time by like 1 day. So we can finally face against the king. You're too sleepy to talk. Sleep's sweet embrace calls for you. You close your eyes again. You're still half asleep, aren't you? You make a grumbling sound. Okay then. You can sleep for a little longer, but not too long. Come to the village when you're ready, okay? You yawn so hard, your jaw cracks. You were having such a nice rest, too. Yeah. You can't spend the rest of the day sleeping. I mean, you could. That would be a waste. I guess, to an extent, like, having played the prologue, you know about certain details before the actual full game experience would tell you, so maybe that kind of takes away from things. But I like the fact that we have some, like, background knowledge right before we go in. You force yourself to get up. Wake up, Siffrin. You have a country to save. What was that? Alright. Oh, you can just go back to sleep. You're comfy and sleepy, but you should get up before someone comes to bother you. That's actually really funny. Ooh. The bird chirps. Oh. In Valgard, they say birds go pio pio. Pio pio. Pio pio. That's how I'm choosing to pronounce that. I was about to say pronunciate. Siffrin, you're up. You sure are. Hey, Mira. Hey, Siffrin. So, how was your nap? On a scale of 1 to 10. Let's see. 1, a certain someone woke me up. 5, completely average. A solid 9. Knowing what we know about the characters past millennia or so, the fact that he was able to actually, like, wake up from a nap as opposed to just kind of waking up from whatever it caused him to go back in time, and he's, like, right in front of the castle, I'm gonna say he was very happy to sleep. Is it not a 10 because the finish could have used some work? We'll do better next time. Next time, I promise I'll let you sleep in, so we can get the elusive 10 out of 10 score. Oh, wait! I had something I wanted to ask you. I have an idea for tonight. This will be the night before we go fight the king, so I felt like we could make it special somehow. So I was thinking, how about a sleepover? Let's all eat good food together. Sleep in the same room, maybe tell stories. It would be nice, wouldn't it? How is it different from what you usually do? Well, okay. You think it's silly, don't you? I'm sorry. I was trying to find something fun to do tonight, but that's all I could think of. It was a stupid idea, wasn't it? Maybe we should forget about it. Oh no. Your lack of enthusiasm Your lack of enthusiasm made Mirabelle upset! Come on, fix it! No, I think it's fun, let's do it! Are you sure? Alright then. So if we're doing it, can you let everyone know? I don't think I could convince everyone. Well, you kinda have to now. Of course, Mira. Okay, let me think. Madame Odile should be in the shop buying items, Bonnie should be near the fields to the east, and Isabeau is at the favor tree to the west. We're staying in the clock tower at the east of town, right past the broken bridge, so you could just tell everyone to meet up there later. That was a lot of names and places. Will you remember? I always remember things. Well, unrelated to your memory, here's a note with everyone's location. Just in case. You forget! Yeah, smart. You got the reminder note. Along with our souvenirs. You can check your souvenirs by going into your pockets. To access your pockets, open the menu by pressing X. The menu contains your pockets, your equipment, and many other things. You can interact with most items in your pockets by pressing A. Alright, see you at the clock tower later then. I'll be near the library if you need me. Come talk to me whenever. Oh, and don't forget to check the Change God statue too. Oh, right. The Change God. The Change God. Everyone knows the Change God. For good luck. You wave goodbye. Siffrin, Mirabelle, Isabeau, Odile, and Bonnie! That's so cute. So it looks like we're still keeping in with the theme from the prologue, where we're kind of joining this adventure in the middle. Everyone is sufficiently leveled, they have their own skills. What's in our pockets? Sour tonic. Super sour tonic. Crafted water. Drink that revives a KO'd friend, restoring 60% of their HP. Fruity taste, nice. Pepper juice, thyme juice, ginger juice. Okay. We have our dagger. Our hat. Looks remarkably like a wizard's hat. A big bow. Cute, massive, makes one easy to pick out of a crowd. Shiny rapier. Oh, so this is our equipment here. This is Mirabelle. This is probably Isabeau. Gloves that hit really hard and are also the height of fashion. Earrings that fortify the wearer's body and soul. If you touch one, it goes ding ding. A dense book of spells, or maybe it's a fairy tale book. Geometric glasses. Object that curses the wearer with blindness whenever it's not worn. And then Bonnie's hat, so heavy it has to make you stronger. Good for cooking, better for smacking. Oh yeah, our memories. It's a memory of you. You have, theoretically, so many to choose from, plus 5 to all stats. Mirabelle, shy and kind, this is how you remember her, plus 5 to all stats. Curious and perceptive. Loud and brave. Young and angry, this is how you remember them. And our souvenirs, the silver coin, some change you got from buying a croissant. Why don't we still have the croissant? And a reminder note. A note Mirabelle wrote for you and your sieve-like brain, or sieve-like brain, I should say. That's honestly, like, with the context of the prologue, you really understand what this means. Like, the fact that you have memories. In the prologue, you only had the memory of self. Profile. Siffrin, he, they, it's you! Oh yeah, and this RPG has a rock, paper, scissors mechanic to it. We are scissors type, we are weak to rock, and we are resistant to paper. Mirabelle is scissors and paper type. House Maiden from the town of Dormont, blessed by the Change God. Weak to rock, resistant to scissors and paper, immune to time freeze. What are her stats looking like? Yeah, they're pretty good. Isabeau is a rock type, a fighter from the city of Juvent. He quit his job as a defender to join in this journey. Oh, they also have, like, classes, I guess. The Traveler, the House Maiden, the Defender. And she, her, he, him, she, her for Odile, paper type, a researcher of something from Kabu. Her craft knowledge is unparalleled. She is the researcher. And Bonnie, a they, them. That's just a kid. Who brought a kid here? Weak to cheese, resistant to veggies. The kid. Level low, HP irrelevant. Attack doing their best. Defense not great. Attack speed every 2 turns. Luck high. Current EXP preteen to the next level. Nope. Bonnie has just a wonderful chaotic energy. I'm looking forward to experiencing as we play through the game here. Oh, also, there's a lot of people to talk to and drawers to snoop inside of around here. You can interact with people and objects by pressing A when standing in front of them. So I guess this is our tutorial, Chan. The daydreaming one. The woman is daydreaming, singing softly under her breath. Oh, hi! You're one of the saviors, aren't you? I recognize you. And you traveled with a few people, right? You traveled with, Odile? Yes, Odile! She's from Kabu, yes? My sister visited Kabu, once. Did you know they call most people by their last names? Such a different culture. And this Odile, I can tell she's like the mom of the group, isn't she? Ew. Isabeau called Odile mom jokingly once. As a result, she made sure none of you would ever call her mom even as a joke. Although she's fine with Bonnie calling her a grandma, it seems. Oh, looks like we can talk to her to learn more about the other characters as well. Oh, never mind, only one. A little figure of the Change God. Why is it moving? It's been crafted to dance slightly. Oh, magic. Okay. This one looks very stylish. The stylish one. Big hat? Impossibly warm-looking cloak? You must be one of the people traveling with Mirabelle. She's pretty well known around here. The chosen one, you know. Blessed by the Change God with the power to save Valgard. Plus, before all this, she was a house maiden at the House of Change nearby. She'd take classes, help out with chores, help with the other handmaidens with their studies and craft. Little perfect Mirabelle. As for me, I think she's the most wonderful being on Earth! No wonder the Change God blessed her, when she's this wonderful. I used to go to the house a lot for my classes, and she was always there, taking the class with me. I've never had a class I didn't share with her. She's so cool, so helpful, so driven. Honestly, we're kind of best friends. Even though I've never had a single conversation with her. Talking to people is hard. You get it. You hope she'll get to talk to Mirabelle before tomorrow. Books about a variety of subjects, from woodworking to psychology. Some are written in Mudu. You wonder if the stylish lady is from there. Half-written letter on it, along with a pile of blank paper. Oh, those are my drafts for Mirabelle's letter. Don't look, please. You look away. Do not touch! My unmentionables are inside. Oh, you leave the dresser alone. You've been told going farther than the first room in other people's houses is very rude. Valgardian customs are so weird. It's just to get around, like, how do they not have bathrooms? How do they not have a proper bedroom? You're not sure what it is, but it has something to do with the change belief. Mirabelle has a similar brooch design. Or brooch. How do you pronounce that word? Some flowers, they smell like flowers. The fact that you can interact with everything in the game, it just is like, as an RPG enjoyer myself, I'm like, okay, well, I need to check absolutely everything because clearly there's going to be some hidden things in the game, and I will find them. Hello, stranger. The castle-loving one. You know, the end of the world is fine and all, but I only have one regret. I won't be able to know what happens to Lord Joseph Andra in the final issue of The Cursing of Chateau Castle. Did he manage to protect his castle to the very end? Did he finally find his friend Pierre-Jacques Ernest? Did he finally find more about himself? Oh, I'll never know. Is that really what they're worrying about today? A book series? Not their imminent death or anything? Weird. You know, I think about that kind of stuff from time to time, like people who have passed away. You know, were they watching a show or series or keeping up with movies or something and they never got to see how they ended? Funnily enough, the one series that always kind of like brings me to this kind of thought process is One Piece. Only because it's been so long and it still hasn't ended. And there have definitely been people in the world who have passed away, and they'll never know what the One Piece is or how the series ends because it's been going on forever. And it's a little dark and twisted of me to kind of be laughing about that, but when I talk about these kind of things and when I think about these things, I'm not thinking of individuals. I'm just thinking of it as a concept. If I were to think about individuals, I think I'd be a little bit more serious about discussing it. But that being said, let's get back to our silly little RPG. A pile of notes explaining the themes and hidden Easter eggs in the series The Cursing of Chateau Castle. Chateau means house, or it can mean castle. Castle. That's what the Cursing of Castle is how I'm choosing to read that. A torch. It burns brightly. You can see even more books peeking from under the bed. Filled with a series of novels called The Cursing of Chateau Castle, you've seen Mirabelle read one issue, so you assume the series is about romance. And also about terrible things happening to good people. Hi, you're running around. Okay, we cannot talk to them. Okay, well here's the Change God statue right here. Statues, big and small, all with different faces. Some of them have sad eyes, others a bright smile. A few are animated by craft, and one jumps around and bumps gently into your foot. The Change God, deity worshipped by all of the country of Valgard, stands before you. You have trouble believing you're finally here, almost at the end of your journey. It was only a few months ago that you met Mirabelle. So much has happened since then. It was almost a year ago now that the king appeared, seemingly out of nowhere. Possessing immense craft power, he spread his curse across the country of Valgard, freezing in time everything in its path. With Dormont's House of Change in his control, he patiently waits. For he knows his curse can only be reversed if he is defeated. His victory would be all but determined if not for Mirabelle. Your friend Mirabelle is the only survivor of the House of Dormont, after the king froze everyone inside in time and locked the gates. Everyone says she was blessed by the Change God themselves with the power to fight back the king's curse, making her the only one able to save Valgard. When you met her, she was already traveling with Isabeau and Odile, trying to get the orbs necessary to open the house's gates and defeat the king. You helped them defeat a particularly strong Sadness, and seeing your strength, they asked for your help. These drawings are so cute. You had nothing better to do, so you decided to accompany them. A few weeks later, you met Bonnie, completing your little team. You saw a lot of Valgardian cities during your travels, some frozen, some not, and did your best to sidestep the slowly encroaching curse. But still, you all kept going. Mirabelle kept going to honor the Change God's blessing, save her beloved house, and save Valgard. Isabeau came with her after Valgard's defenders themselves refused to help. Odile came to satisfy her curiosity about Valgard, and because she said leaving the fate of a country to a bunch of young ones would give me an ulcer. Bonnie came to save their sister, frozen by the curse. You're here because there's nothing else for you to do. What else are you supposed to do except travel with them? Once, Mirabelle asked you if you were okay following them on a journey to save the country. She felt guilty, felt like she was forcing everyone to follow her on a hopeless quest. You wanted to put her at ease, so you said easily and truthfully that traveling with everyone was the happiest you could remember being. She looked upset. You cringed just thinking about it, truth be told. Maybe not the most considerate thing you could have said to someone with her problems at that moment. But tomorrow, one way or another, your journey will end. You should believe something very strongly at the Change God. That's how those work, right? Mirabelle and Isabeau taught you before. Can't just ask for things because the Change belief considers this lazy. It's the Change God. Only pure belief and confidence in yourself will do, with the Change God only providing a little nudge. If anyone is lazy here, it must be the Change God, you think. Oh well. You believe strongly, or whatever. We will be super fast. Always attack first. Don't leave the enemy a chance to touch you. You repeat under your breath, super fast, super fast, super fast. You actually feel a little faster? You jump in place, trying to notice if anything changed. You jump right on a pointy rock. You don't tear up. Not that much agile then, huh? You and your friend's attack speed got a tiny bit better. Ooh. Going to the Change God statue will boost one stat of your choice. You can also save your progress by praying at the Change God statue. You close your eyes. How many save slots do we have? 12. Wow. Okay, that's enough for today. You thank the Change God for its blessing and quickly run away, crossing it out from the reminder note. We learned some very important information about Siffrin here, I think. he views himself as having, like, nothing to do, like, with his day, with his life, such that, like, when the opportunity came for him to just kind of do something different, for something that he could join into that maybe he would be important for or that he would matter for, he just jumped at the opportunity. And because he can't think of being able to do anything else, why wouldn't he be happy with them? But Mirabelle, I feel like with that interaction we saw, kind of sees through that, because on the one hand you'd be like, oh well, you know, great, you're the happiest when you're with us, that's awesome. But on the other side of that, it means you have been so unhappy for who knows how long. If joining basically a crusade to save the world is the happiest you've ever been. Can we please try talking to you? Yes, running one. Oof, look at you. So scrawny. Scrawny one. Did you know you can press Y to run? I didn't. You should give it a try sometime. Oh, and did you know you can turn on always run in your options menu? So you can run all the time. Did you know? Did you know about this? Did you know pressing Y makes you run? Did you know you can run all the time by going into the options menu? Do you run? Do you like running? More of a lazy take it easy type. Disgusting. I mean, understandable. You look like you've never ran a day in your life. So you need to build up those muscles. Get fast, get swole, and press Y to run. Rude. You may look scrawny, but you're definitely the fastest one out of your group. Well, I have always run turned on already. I think it's a default setting, honestly. So Y will actually make you walk around.